Terence Crawford recently made a surprising statement on social media, encouraging fellow boxers to take control of their own destinies. In the process, he criticized prominent boxing promoters Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather Jr. for stifling their voices and preventing them from speaking out. Interestingly, Crawford's remarks primarily pertain to Floyd Mayweather rather than Oscar De La Hoya, highlighting Mayweather's greater influence over the issue.
The giant in the sport of boxing that's leaving the sport of boxing, exiting the sport of boxing, and that's Showtime. Showtime president of sports, Stephen Espinosa, and Showtime, the network, is exiting and leaving the sport of boxing. So Terence Crawford responded by saying, we can make all the big fights happen, but the fighters need to be at the table. And Terence Crawford says this is part of the problem, that Oscar De La Hoya is essentially telling me, sit down and shut up.
Crawford's post came in response to the announcement that Showtime Boxing would be discontinuing its operations. This development prompted Crawford to take a swipe at boxing promoters like De La Hoya and Mayweather. Many boxing enthusiasts reacted to Crawford's tweet and criticized the welterweight champion for offering misguided advice to young boxers. Currently, Terence Crawford's advice is fundamentally flawed, and it's not conducive to the well-being of young boxers. Now let's examine Terence Crawford's and other boxers' reactions to the shutdown of Showtime Boxing, as well as the responses from boxing fans. We'll also delve into why they believe Crawford's perspective is misguided. The major development on the horizon is the imminent closure of Showtime Sports. This premium sports brand, known for its focus on boxing and sports documentaries, has made the decision to cease its operations later this year. This move is a result of the company's merger with Paramount+, which has led them to shift their strategy and reallocate resources, aligning their content offerings across their business. Paramount Global issued a statement to this effect, explaining their rationale for the change. By the close of 2023, Showtime will no longer be a part of the boxing landscape. This marks a somber day for the sport, as they bid farewell to yet another network. The future of boxing broadcasting remains uncertain. Showtime Sports held a distinctive position in the sports market, particularly for its emphasis on combat sports like boxing and MMA through the Bellator brand, as well as its long-form sports documentaries. Showtime's departure from the sports industry follows a similar move made by HBO Sports. Back in 2018, when HBO made its exit from the boxing industry, it continued to produce sports films and documentaries. Notably, Paramount already possesses a sports division in CBS Sports, which covers a wide range of live events, including the NFL, college football, basketball, and others. It is anticipated that CBS Sports will take on the responsibility of overseeing all sports-related content within the company, which includes sports documentaries and similar programming. Paramount also owns Bellator, although there have been reports of the company actively seeking a buyer for this MMA promotion. Showtime Sports, on the other hand, will proceed as originally planned, including the remaining 2 boxing events scheduled for this year. Following the announcement of this decision, Showtime Sports president Stephen Espinosa conveyed his deep disappointment with the news, emphasizing that the company's choice is not a reflection of the quality of work they have accomplished. The announcement of Showtime Boxing's shutdown has sent shockwaves throughout the boxing community. Prominent figures within the sport are now questioning the very future of boxing. The news has ignited intense speculation among fans, with boxers such as Terence Crawford, Jamal Herring, and more joining the discussion. Renowned matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has also entered the conversation. Eddie Hearn, in an interview featured on ES News, expressed a rather pessimistic view of boxing's future. He emphasized that boxing faced challenges following HBO's departure and foresees similar difficulties without Showtime. Hearn commended Stephen Espinosa for his efforts in prolonging boxing's presence on Showtime, recognizing the positive impact he had. He asserted that boxing would be adversely affected without Showtime, much like it was when HBO left the scene. Moreover, the Matchroom boxing promoter pointed out the importance of a television deal for the survival of premier boxing champions, despite their strong brand and the presence of reputable fighters. He suggested that DAZN could potentially host PBC, but there's also the possibility of discussions with Amazon. Hearn's perspective on PBC was that they require a broadcasting deal to thrive, given their brand and fighter assets. While DAZN remains a viable platform, talks with Amazon were also considered. This development signifies the evolving landscape of content distribution in the world of boxing, indicating significant changes in the way fights are delivered to the audience. Ryan Garcia and Terence Crawford were among the initial respondents to the news of Showtime Boxing's shutdown. They both underscore the need for unity within the sport. Garcia conveyed his disappointment on his social media account, emphasizing the crucial role that Showtime and HBO played in the growth of boxing. He also called upon fellow boxers to come together. Crawford took notice of Garcia's tweet and echoed the sentiments of the lightweight champion. Crawford believes that boxers indeed need to unite, transcending their in-ring rivalries. This unity, according to Bud, can extend beyond the boxing arena and aid them in supporting their families and the sport as a whole. The sudden cessation of Showtime Boxing has left a substantial void in the professional boxing world, sparking immediate discussions about the sport's future. With a prominent platform like Showtime no longer in the picture, the sport faces a significant transformation. A pressing need has arisen for a novel structure aimed at supporting and promoting boxing events. Prominent boxing promoters, including Oscar de la Hoya and Floyd Mayweather, swiftly emerged as advocates for the establishment of a new boxing federation. Their vision was crystal clear: to create a unified body responsible for overseeing boxing events, thereby ensuring continuity and providing a stable foundation for fighters, trainers, and other stakeholders. This proposed federation not only sought to fill the void left by Showtime, but also aimed to address long-standing issues in the world of boxing. These issues included inconsistent regulations, the fragmentation of title belts, and the absence of a standardized ranking system. De la Hoya and Mayweather, leveraging their extensive experience and influence in the boxing community, believed that a centralized federation could usher in much-needed reforms, streamline operations, and elevate the sport to new heights. Nevertheless, their proposal faced skepticism from various quarters. Critics contended that establishing a new federation led by promoters with vested interests might further commercialize the sport and prioritize profits at the expense of the fighters' well-being. Concerns were raised about potential monopolistic practices, where a single federation could wield excessive control over boxing events, contracts, and revenue distribution. Amidst these discussions, Terence Crawford took a resolute stance against the idea put forth by De La Hoya and Mayweather. Crawford's perspective was firmly grounded in his belief in the power and agency of the fighters themselves. He believed that the solution to the current crisis should not be a top-down approach driven by promoters, but rather a bottom-up approach with fighters at the forefront. In a social media post that garnered significant attention, Crawford expressed his dissatisfaction with the traditional power dynamics in the world of boxing. He reproached established promoters for what he perceived as their efforts to manipulate the narrative and decision-making processes. Crawford saw the Showtime shutdown as an opportunity for fighters to unite, reevaluate the existing norms, and forge a new path that would prioritize their interests. This perspective struck a chord with many within the boxing community who shared the sentiment that fighters often found themselves on the disadvantaged side of contractual negotiations and revenue distribution. Crawford's call to action was unambiguous. Fighters needed to assume control of their destinies, work together, and establish a system that was equitable, transparent, and advantageous to all involved. In a comprehensive reaction video, a dedicated boxing fan delved deeper into Terence "Bud" Crawford's remarks regarding the role of boxers in the aftermath of Showtime Boxing's closure. While Terence Crawford's sentiments regarding the empowerment of boxers were duly recognized, fans and boxing presented a contrasting viewpoint that underscored the intricacies of the boxing industry. They emphasized that, while Crawford's intentions were undoubtedly geared towards empowering fighters, the guidance he provided might not be feasible for young boxers. The realm of boxing negotiations is known for its complexity, and despite their prowess inside the ring, many boxers may not possess the necessary skills to navigate these intricate matters effectively. Fans and boxing argued that while boxers should indeed have a voice in negotiations, the expectation that they manage such deals without the assistance of experts might be unrealistic. To emphasize this point, fans and boxing drew parallels with the corporate world. Just as individuals might self-diagnose minor ailments but would seek the expertise of a doctor for more complex medical issues, boxers too require knowledgeable representatives to safeguard their interests within the intricate realm of boxing promotions and contracts. Using Floyd Mayweather Jr. as an illustrative case, fans and boxing underscored how Mayweather's extraordinary success in the boxing world wasn't solely attributable to his boxing skills. It was also a result of his acumen in assembling a team of experts around him. Throughout his career, Mayweather was renowned for aligning himself with knowledgeable individuals in various domains, ranging from accountants to promoters. This strategic approach ensured that his interests were meticulously managed both within and outside of the boxing ring. Inside and outside the ring, Floyd Mayweather's approach serves as a significant testament to the importance of having a team of experts. Fan and boxing noted that while the comments applied to both Oscar de la Hoya and Floyd, they were particularly pertinent to Mayweather. Mayweather's collaboration with individuals like Leonard Ellerbe, who holds an MBA, and Al Heyman, renowned for his business acumen, played a pivotal role in his success. Beyond the immediate concern of negotiations, fans and boxing also delved into more extensive challenges within the boxing world. The shutdown of Showtime wasn't solely about boxing matches, it was influenced by larger media trends. Conglomerates like Paramount shifted their focus towards scripted productions, driven by demands from entities such as the Screen Actor Guild and the Screenwriters Guild. This shift has led to a reduction in funding for live sports, including boxing. Fan and boxing underscored that these overarching business decisions are largely beyond the control of individual boxers, and their involvement in fight negotiations wouldn't alter these macro trends. In light of the explanation provided by fan and boxing, Terence Crawford's statements could be viewed as self-centered or miscalculated. He seemed to overlook the predicament of young boxers who lack experience in handling the business and financial aspects of the sport. The absence of a comprehensive boxing federation could potentially expose many inexperienced or youthful boxers to exploitation. While Terence Crawford's call for empowerment resonates with a significant portion of the boxing community, the intricacies of the boxing business necessitate a more nuanced approach. The challenges faced by the boxing community are multifaceted, and viable solutions must take into account both the interests of fighters and the realities of the media and entertainment industry. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned and we will catch you in the next video.